For tonight's class, the Give Back and Relax, we're actually going to play with using a foam roller as a way to just help our body release even more tension. And it's called muscle inhibition, which means when you roll it and you lengthen it, you actually help it shut down from overfiring or creating that tense, strained feeling. And we're going to play with a couple of those with the foam roller. In addition to the foam roller, have like a towel or a blanket, because I find it's really easy in one of the stretches that we're going to do to relax your body even more when you can put something even softer over the foam roller. And then have 2 pillows handy as well, because you just never know if that's going to be something that's going to help your body feel support to relax into posture. Now, if you're watching this recording and you don't have a foam roller, then what I would do is I would go and gather somewhere between 4 to 6 pillows, because you can create that same shape of the foam roller with pillows. It's going to allow you to do some of the stretches with your body. There'll only be one that you can't do, and you could watch, and I'll give you a alternative. It's not the same, but it is a way for you to stretch your spine as well. So lots of pillows, foam roller, a blanket, and then this is the Give Back and Relax class. So if you have a candle you want to light, if you have some essential oils that you'd like to roll and put on, do it and help your body get even more relaxed with this class. And then even if you would like to put on some light, relaxing music in the background, something that really uplifts you and edifies you with the words, feel free to do that as well, because this is all about just speaking an undeniable message to your body and your mind that it gets to release stress and set it down, which leaves you stronger to continue going after your goals, doing things, and it helps eliminate that breakdown that is no fun and no one wants it. So those are the things you need for the class, and we'll get started. So we're actually going to start on our backs in the middle of the mat. You can just go ahead and have the foam roller beside you. We won't need it yet. And slowly roll down, slowly feeling every part of your spine slowly move. And then help yourself feel a little more comfortable. Just slide your shoulder blades closer underneath your body, and then also bend your knees and kind of move your feet wide enough apart to knock your knees together. From there, place one hand on your stomach and the other hand somewhere near your chest, and close your eyes. Shut out all of that information that your brain is constantly getting all day, all long through your eyes. And then allow yourself to, we just want to wake up a better brain-body connection before we start to move. Take a few breaths where you focus on listening to the sound of your breath. As you exhale, just find those places in your body that you can let drop and relax. You'll be surprised at how many of them you can find. So your shoulders relax. Now start noticing how your breath feels. This isn't a breath where your mind wanders. This is something where you're very in tune to what changes the breath is creating in your body, the different sensations and shapes that that breath is creating. And then notice that the exhales are an invitation for your body to relax. So see if you can kind of turn that up the same way you would turn up the volume on a radio, and let your body hear even more clearly that signal to let everything drop and soften as you exhale. Good. Now take a really deep breath that you hold. Take a full, slow inhale in. And then as you exhale, just soften your whole body. Nice. Now take an inhale breath. And as you exhale, pull your stomach down into your body so that your core feels really strong. And then pull your right knee up in towards your chest. Follow it with your left knee. And then hold your hands behind the back of your thighs and slowly guide the knees around in a gentle circle. You want to just be conscious of what you notice as you're rolling your back on the mat. Knees are traveling in the same direction. And then we're going to switch and go the opposite direction. Now knees are circling the other way. And then finally, come back, bring your knees to the center, and you're actually going to circle your knees around in a circle opposite of each other. It actually feels like a little more work than you would like it to, but I want you to feel that rotation of your hips. Now, notice which way you chose to turn, and then I want you to circle the other way. Careful, it doesn't have to be a big movement. You want to feel out what's going on in your hips. Keep your core nice and strong. And then set your feet down on the ground and rock your knees side to side. You're not artificially creating force to bring your knees down to the ground. You're just letting gravity kind of help them out so they flop a little lower to the ground. And you'll take a deep breath. Good. And then from here, we're going to start to do the first rolling with the foam roller. And if you don't have a foam roller, you could still join in by, you would take your knuckles, and I want you just to pull long, nice, slow stretches up along your hamstrings. So you feel the tissue here kind of getting an invitation to lengthen and relax. For everyone else, if you have a foam roller, you're going to roll it all the way back so that way you can put your legs on it. And then you just kind of push yourself forward a little. And if you walk your feet forward, you'll notice all of a sudden you're sitting on the foam roller. It's right on your tailbone. Your hands are behind you on the ground. And our focus is going to be to roll from our butt to the very back of the knee. You won't put pressure on the knee. You'll stop right before the knee. And you're going to use your hands. So your hands are back behind you. And then you'll let yourself pull your body towards your hands. It's okay if you set your butt down. If you're strong in your arms, you actually will never actually need to set it down, but you totally can. Then you push your hips forward so that the foam roller comes towards your butt, and then you just allow it to slide back. So you'll notice, you can feel that there's this elongation through the back of your hamstrings. Now, while you're here, take your toes and kind of turn them out to the side. And then you're going to notice it rolls a little bit more along the side of your hamstring. Roll the toes back up to the ceiling. A couple more times. And if you have to set your butt down every time and then push, that's okay. We're not trying to strengthen the arms, but you are getting that benefit as you do this rolling. Good. Now, we're going to move it down. So you'll take your knuckles and you'll start to just slowly press down along the sides of the calf if you don't have a foam roller. Otherwise, you're going to move the foam roller right to the very back of your knees. No pressure on the knees, it's just right behind it. And once again, you'll use your hands and take them, walk them away from you, engage your core, and then just pull your body back again. You'll feel that roll along your calves, and then you'll roll forward. Pull back and roll forward. It's a really big lengthening sensation along the back of the calf. Just a couple more times. The calves, depending on if you just ran or did a lot of walking, they're gonna like talk to you. So just take it slow. One more. Good, so now that's the calf muscle. Then from there, we're gonna slide the foam roller around and you're gonna come onto your hands and knees. Let the foam roller be right up against your knees, and then from there, you'll walk your hands away, and I want you just to slowly press the weight of your thighs into the foam roller so it doesn't spit away from you. And then we're looking for the length of your thigh muscle. So from here, walk the hands a little bit away. I do it like straight arms a lot, but you can also do it on your forearms, which can really help if your wrists seem really tight. And then you'll find the perfect spot for your arms where you push back and lengthen through your arms, and it'll come right about to your pelvis. It won't hit anywhere uncomfortable. And then you'll be able to pull with the bottom of your arms and roll right on up to your knees. And honestly, again, this is just after a run day, you're going to notice this really moves the fluid and the tissue in your legs, and it's lengthening the muscle fibers, pressing up into them. And if this is your first time foam rolling, it can be very uncomfortable. I want you to think about your breath. Notice the exhales. Tell the exhales to relax the front of your thighs, nice and slow. Good, take one more breath. And then final one. Good, I just walk my elbows back closer so I can put the hands on the ground, knees come onto the ground, and then you just slowly press your hips back until you can stretch lightly through your upper back and through your hips. And you'll take a deep breath. Good. One more bigger stretch with the foam roller. And honestly, this is one of those stretches where if you are doing it for the first time or you don't do it a lot, your brain has to figure it out and it's not quite sure it likes it. However, I will tell you, this is one of the most addictive foam rolling exercises you can do because it's such a beautiful reset for your spine, and your spine connects to every nerve in your body. So as we do this one, it's going to roll all the way up and down your spine. And the best way to get into it is from a seated position. I don't want the foam roller to be really close to your body, so it shouldn't be touching your body. Instead, you're going to kind of move it away from you as you start to roll down to the ground so that it hits right about your shoulder blades. So you can move your shoulders freely, and then the foam roller is right underneath them. From there, you'll actually walk your feet closer so that your knees are bent, and then you want to hold your hands behind your head. But instead of letting the elbows flop out, you're going to keep the elbows close to your head. This helps keep your scapula out of the way of the roll. If you have a ponytail, grab it. You don't want to be rolling your ponytail. If you have a hoodie on, grab your hoodie. You don't want to be rolling your hoodie. And then from there, you're going to engage your stomach muscles and then lift your hips up off the ground. So now you'll feel the weight pressing into the foam roller. From here, you pull into your heels so that way you roll right up to the very top of your shoulders, and then you'll push into your feet and roll yourself slowly down your spine. It'll usually come right above your kidneys. Then you'll push and roll up, and then slowly roll down. You might have to untrap your shirt or your, like I said, your ponytail, but you're hitting right along the spine, and it's just a slow motion up and down that massages along the spine. The elbows are close to the head. And honestly, this may make your back go snap, crackle, pop, because it's going to put even pressure along every single vertebra in your spine. One more time, nice and slow. Slowly roll down, feel your back relax, and then let your butt come down to the ground so then you can sit yourself up and come to a seated position. Those are the active foam rolling positions we're doing today. Now, this is something where you can follow along if you have your pillows. You would do just a straight line of about 2 pillows high, about 3 pillows long. So about the length of this foam roller. And everybody, if you have the foam roller and you have a towel or a blanket, go ahead and put the towel near the top of the foam roller, and you're going to create a little fold. This is going to actually be for your neck, which is great because we're going to get traction in the neck while we're in this position. So it may not hold, and if it does, you'll just have a reference to be able to re-roll it. Now I sit on the very edge of the foam roller. So like all the way as tippy edge as you can possibly be. Your feet are spread wide, so you feel like you have a little bit more balance in your feet, and then you'll put both hands on the ground. So from here, you just start to slowly walk your hands back, bend into your elbows slowly, and take your body down onto the foam roller. And then find that towel and get the roll of the towel right underneath your neck so that you feel it give your neck just a nice, gentle little curve. It's not too intense, but it's noticeably there that it's giving your neck a little curve. And then your feet Before we get too comfortable with the feet, I actually want you to push into your heels and check. Most of us will be sitting here with an arch in the back. So I want you to actually tuck your hips forward so that way you can drop a little bit more of your back down towards the foam roller. And then once you're here, take your hands, reach them up, and drop them down to your shoulders. You're just going to do a couple of soft rolls around with your elbows, then roll the other way, and really roll the elbows close to your ribs, and then up towards the ceiling, and finally let them drop out to the side. And you just test it. You slowly drop the elbows to see if your shoulders are okay. And if your shoulders are okay, bring the elbows up just a little and move your hands to a 90-degree bend in the elbow. And then you'll start to slowly allow gravity to pull your forearms and your elbows down to the ground even more. And the first time you do this, it is a very intense stretch through your chest. Eventually, those muscles start to kind of crave this stretch and this opening, but if it feels too intense, you can always lift up, use your chest muscles, and then you can hold your shoulders. So there's a little bit more of weight taken out of the stretch. You could also play with, if your nerves like it better, if you extend the arms long, so that way your hands can rest on the ground, palms up to the ceiling. Your head is facing up and your chin is slightly tucked. So play with it. You don't have to accept the first position your arms land in. You want to feel like they're equally stretching open. The more intense stretch is that 90-degree elbow, because it's just going to be heavier, allowing your chest to relax even further to the ground. Now, this is where the breath comes in, and it's really important. Just take a big inhale, and on your exhale, just soften your face. Take another inhale, and this time, as you exhale, imagine your shoulders relaxing just a little bit. Take another inhale and imagine your ribs relaxing. Imagine your neck relaxing. This is a really powerful posture because this is the direct opposite stretch that gravity puts on our spine and in our chest and in our shoulders all day long. We have a deep forward roll. We have shortening of the front side and lengthening of the back side of the body. And this is an intense lengthening of the front side of the body. Now, if you're on the pillows, you want to move them around so you have enough space to kind of let your arms feel like they have to drop to get down towards the ground. And it should be comfortable in your body. Just keep your face soft. Now, this is a posture. We're going to hold it a little longer than I normally hold a lot of my stretches because this is one of the ones where we want to initiate tissue change, which means you want to stay attached to your breath. Keep sending the exhales to your shoulders and to your chest muscles, letting them relax. And we're going to help the tissue fibers remember this. We're going to kind of imprint it deeper in their memory by holding it just a little bit longer. Start to count your breath. We're going to do a breath progression to give our brain something to think about as we finish. So the first breath, you're going to inhale to 4 and exhale to 4. Then you're going to inhale to 5 and exhale to 5. Then to 6, all the way up to 10 both ways. Once you reach 10 both ways, you'll slowly close your arms in and wrap them around your chest. If your mind is racing, count each breath backwards. Good. You'll slowly really use all of your chest muscles when you're ready to close up, and then wrap your arms around your body. And you're going to notice if you line up your spine with the foam roller, you'll be able to just gently relax down and create some internal stretching along the spine and your shoulders. And then you'll slowly unwrap your arms and just drop yourself off to the side of the foam roller. And then swing it around so that way it's right beside you. You can take your towel or your blanket and use it for the side of your head, but you're actually going to, let's start on the right side so we all know what side we're on. You're going to lay your right hand out, the arm coming straight out from your shoulder. And then your right leg will be straight, but your left knee is going to bend at 90 degrees and it's going to push down. The whole shin is going to push down into the foam roller. So there's, you're going to notice if your body wants to have this knee start to come up, and you're going to be able to notice where it wants to compensate to give you more twisting space in your lower back. So you can have your towel or your blanket underneath the head, and then you'll reach the left arm straight up overhead. On an inhale, rotate forward as far as you can with the left hand, and see if you can trace the fingers along the ground. You're going to take your time. There's a rotation that has to happen in your shoulder. You're going to slowly stretch, reaching overhead. Right about this overhead point, you're going to have to start to rotate slowly. Take your time. There's no need to rush it, so that the palm faces up to the ceiling. And then you're going to just continue to allow your shoulders to relax down to the ground and your chest to open up. There's no rushing, there's no forcing. The front knee stays down on the foam roller. And there's going to be this really big stretch through your shoulder as you very gently continue swinging it around until it comes right up next to your body behind you. And then from there, you're going to swing it up. I'm going to make the body do it backwards. And you're just going to slowly work through your shoulder. There's going to be million little micro adjustments where you're not hanging on a single tendon. The whole shoulder is slowly working and adjusting. Take your time, don't rush. Keep your shoulder blade pulling down your body. You're going to have to start to turn and rotate the shoulder so that the hand faces the ground. And then you'll swing slowly all the way forward. Good. From there, let the left arm go straight behind you. Keep this front knee pushing down and notice your body's asking you to release through your ribs and through your shoulder. Take a deep breath. Good. Then sweep the left hand forward. We're going to do that one more time. This is something you do so slowly. It's like a nonstop conversation with your shoulder. So you start to trace that arm over your head and you slowly navigate that turn as the palm starts to open, and your chest starts to open. Your chest really opens, the shoulder opens, and then the arm continues to travel behind you all the way around until it reaches your back. Let yourself find the little nuanced adjustments you need to make for your unique shoulder. And then you'll slowly start to work the arm up towards your head. Find that point where you begin slowly rolling onto your side, working slowly through the shoulder and coming around. Now, if this is the first time you've done deep shoulder stretches, it can be like pretty intense, and that's okay. You're going to use a 90-degree bend in the elbow and just open up one more time, and we're going to focus on what we feel through the ribs and through the spine. Because a lot of times we actually fold back through our hips and through our lower back, and this helps isolate it so we can feel where we get stuck in the actual thoracic spine. Deep breath. And then slowly come up. You're never demanding anything. You're just seeing where your body wants to stretch. One slow stretch at a time. And then we'll reverse. And you'll swing around, have that pillow or blanket for your head. Slide the foam roller down. Now the opposite hand is going to be coming straight out on the ground. And then you're going to make sure the bottom leg is straight. You're kicking through your heel. And then the whole shin is resting comfortably on the foam roller. Get a little roll of the pillow underneath your head and your neck so it feels supported and neutral. And then reach the top arm up to the ceiling. You're going to extend and reach forward as far as you can. It's kind of like alligator arms closing the palm. And then you'll begin to slowly swing up. Find that rotation in the shoulder. Slow opening of the chest. It's a big stretch and you want to really walk through it very slowly. Swinging the arm around. And your arm can have to be really high. That's okay. I don't want you to think or do this stretch in a place of judgment. Slowly reverse. Swing the arm up. You're going to find that spot where you need to start slowly closing the chest, rotating through your shoulder. Take your time, find all the little micro adjustments. Rotate the palm to the floor, and then swing all the way around. Let it feel okay in your body. You're not rushing. We're going to swing straight back. You want to just test out how much softening and relaxation you can bring through the ribs, through your shoulder, and through your thoracic spine. Knee stays firmly on the foam roller. Then you'll slowly little bend in the elbow, bring that arm forward. One more time around, the shoulders pulled back. It feels attached to your body and you're not going to rush, because if you allow yourself to pull down through the shoulder, get a little rotation, sweep up as you need to, you're going to be able to slowly open up the body. Keep swinging that arm around you. It's a deep, deep, deep stretch. Just stay focused, go slow as you do that final navigation to bring the arm all the way up over your head. Slowly starts to rotate. Everything works together. No rush. Fingers come forward. And then we're going to do a 90-degree bend of the elbow and open up one last time. Keep that knee on the foam roller. Just relax through your ribs. Relax through your thoracic spine. Take a deep breath. Slowly bring that arm up and out of the stretch. You'll push the foam roller away and then scoot yourself onto your back. Have that pillow or towel right underneath your neck, so there's this nice light traction sensation in your neck. Step your feet more than hip distance apart and take your knees slowly side to side. We just held the back in a static position. Now we want to allow it to softly move and just get rid of that sensation. Good, deep breath. One more. Good. And you'll bring the knees up to the ceiling. And then from there, slowly pull your knees into your chest. We're going to pull the knees into the chest, lift the head up to the knees, feel all the muscles in your body contract, lift up, reach up, and then slowly release. Straighten your legs very slowly. Let your arms come down by your side. Adjust a pillow or blanket under the neck if you need to. And then just take 5 deep breaths here where your whole body, its mission is to try to melt a little deeper into the mat. You're giving every part of your body permission to soften. With your exhale, kind of just look for the tightest part you can still feel and see if you can invite it to relax. Imagine sending the exhale there like a radio signal. And then give a soft little wiggle to your hands and your feet. Slowly bend your knees and let yourself roll over onto your side. Take a deep breath on your side. And then push yourself up slowly. Come to a hands and knees position sitting. And then go ahead and take your hands, cross them over your heart, close your eyes, and soften your face. We just gave our body a chance to relax, and in this season of just so much tension and uncertainty, I also want to give our mind a chance to relax as we finish. So think of a word or phrase or a verse or a mantra that you know is true and that has been true for you at every hard moment in your life. And it's easy just to kind of sit in the middle of things and not reset our focus and our North Star and our heart to what we know is true. And that's something that helps us relax and gives us peace, even in the middle of the craziness. So take a deep inhale and let yourself breathe that truth in. Pull it close. Remind your heart and your soul and your mind of it. And then as you exhale, relax. Take another deep breath. The repetition really helps our brain. It makes it stick. Pull in that truth. And then relax as you exhale. And then finish with one last slow breath. Feel it lift you up taller in your body. As you exhale, hold that truth close and feel your body settle into peace. And then gently blink your eyes open. As you take an inhale, reach your right hand out in front of you. Just lightly place it over on your left shoulder. Inhale your left hand out in front of you. Lightly place it on your right shoulder. Give yourself a soft, meaningful pat on the back and that little hug. It's important. Nice work. Good job. Just allow yourself to stay relaxed. And if you have any questions about what we did or how it felt, let me know.